Yeah, joining us right now is Paris Cockinos, the Chief Executive Officer of Sphere. Now, Sphere is an Australian drone and data technology company at the forefront of autonomous surveillance. Sphere's calling on the New South Wales government to rapidly scale up autonomous drone patrols along our coastline, arguing that the warmer waters and changing conditions are increasing shark risk and that current aerial surveillance doesn't go far enough. So Paris is with me. Hello, Paris. How are you today?
Good morning. How are you going?
Very, very good. Tell me a little bit more about Sphere. How long's Sphere been operating here in Australia quite successfully?
So it all kicked off on the back end of a university degree at University of New South Wales back in 2014. So
Yes.
we're going on 10 plus years in the drone industry, which you think about that, it's quite some time. But
There's been some growth in that, hasn't it, the drone industry?
yeah, there's been some growth, and not only are we starting to see very unique applications and use cases like the one we'll probably speak about today, but the technology is maturing a lot more and advancing to the point that it's actually supporting our communities.
Now, Paris, in the last, say, 10 days, we've seen a cluster of shark attacks in a very short space of time along the New South Wales coast. What do these incidents tell you about how coastal risk is changing now?
Well, I guess you think about like my grandfather was a lifeguard back in the day, and the whole thought of sending someone in to go away and save someone's life, and now you've actually got other technologies that have the opportunity of providing proactive assistance and communication to those on the ground. Kind of changes the dynamic as to how we respond to incidences, and that's what it's all about. It's as to how quickly can we support the response to an incident, and how can we go away and prevent an incident. And we're starting to push more towards the prevention piece now, which is the best part about it.
Now, in New South Wales, more than anything, they're really concentrating on the drum lines is what they're using as part of the New South Wales Shark Management Program that they're doing. What about with Sphere, what you're proposing? Tell me more about what is Hub X and Hub T.
Yeah, so we all know what a drone is. It flies, it has a camera, it gives us like a third-person view of a certain scenario.
Yes.
Those traditionally, up until today, have been operated by people within the close proximity. So I've got a drone in the back of my truck, I take it out, I start it up, turn it on, fly it. What Hub X is picture this, a box trailer, a ton of batteries over the axle, solar panels, an autonomous drone that sits on top of it, and you've got anyone that's part of the surf lifesaving organisation able to go away and drop that off at a surf break, at a point next to a surf lifesaving club, and then it operates autonomously. So you have a drone that automatically takes off and flies the corridor of the beach all day, every day. And you've got two drones that sit on top of the Hub X that allows you to have 100% uptime from an operations stance, which ultimately gives you eyes in the skies, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if you really wanted to push it that far.
We have so many beaches along the east coast, especially of New South Wales. What coverage would your drones give?
So you've got one system can probably serve anywhere between 9 and 12 kilometres.
Okay.
In totality. So there'd have to be like a mesh of systems, you could call it, up and down the coast. But what you ultimately get to is having absolutely no coverage at one point in time to having absolutely full coverage all day, every day. So it actually changes our dynamic as to how we're actually proactively monitoring, I guess, our beachside.
And tell me about that monitoring. Tell us more about that.
So us as community members, we've got these Ring cameras that sit on our front door. It identifies when a person comes and knocks on our door, or the mailman comes, or we've got a neighbour that comes over and knocks on, and it goes away and visualises and sends a notification. It's exactly the same workflow, right? So we've got a system that gets deployed, actively flying, and then as soon as it detects a shark, it sends that notification to the New South Wales government, the surf lifesaving agencies, to any local community, any council, and it's all around this integrated activity that ultimately is a workflow. The systems are out there capturing actively, and it's about who we can notify, how quickly we can notify them of, hey, there's an interaction there.
Paris, is this leading the world with technology, or is this being done similarly in other beaches around the world?
To be honest, we as a community here in Australia are quite advanced in terms of how we're utilising technology, and we do have like such a large coastline with these predators that sit in amongst the water. But, when we look at our technology, Hub X and Hub T, it's patent technology. I I drew it on a piece of paper about 4 years ago, and it's come to life now. We've got onwards and upwards of around 50 systems deployed across Australia, are present in a bunch of different applications and use cases. We're working with the bushfires and the Rural Fire Service to detect early fires starting. We've got units that are deployed in amongst the mines and resources sector to support safety applications and people that are within unsafe zones. The technology is there. It's all about how we now apply it, and we're wanting to work very closely with the New South Wales government and Surf Lifesaving to go away and implement this in and amongst our communities.
Now, Paris, you already have approvals to fly drones beyond visual line of sight. Does that mean realistically this could be rolled out quickly if the government gave the green light for it?
100%. So we as an organisation have got beyond visual line of sight approval, and we have had for quite some time now. We have a remote operations centre spaced out in Seven Hills in New South Wales. That's got quite a few personnel sitting behind the systems to observe and manage them. And we are in a position to scale it out. Alongside that, we actually manufacture every single one of these Hub X's and Hub T's out in Seven Hills as well. So you talk everything from cutting, bending, welding, fabricating, electrification, and even all the way through to our flight tests all get conducted out in Seven Hills. So we're a vertically integrated business, and when it comes to scale, like we're ready to support, just like what we're doing and with all the other organisations that we're working with.
There's a nervousness and a lack of confidence with Australians at the moment in what has happened in recent times with the shark attacks and the sharks around the beaches that we've seen. That nervousness and that lack of confidence, will that, do you believe, be relayed through to the state government, and maybe they will be looking for answers or ways that they can put a confidence back into the community again and maybe look at your option?
Yeah, I think the state government's got a lot of work to do in terms of bringing that confidence forward. And I'm of the belief that rather than sticking within the government agencies, you actually got to look at industry. We have some advanced technologies that sit within industry and not necessarily the government sector. And servicing, our other industries that we have, I feel that there needs to be a lot more of a collaborative exercise. And with that will come, I guess, the regaining of confidence, because you've got all these small, medium businesses out there that are really doing an amazing job, and they just need to be recognised and work to support it, because it's the goodwill of these small, medium enterprises that sit within these communities that can also drive this cultural shift and this cultural shift towards a safer, surfside, beachside.
Do you think there could be like sponsorship and major support that could come your way commercially to come the way of Sphere to see Hub X and Hub T out there and doing what you're suggesting you can do? Would that be open to that? Like maybe big companies, maybe a big company, a Nutrigrain or a big company who wants to commercially sponsor and show support for what you do with this. Would that lend itself to you being able to do this also?
100%, and I encourage those conversations as much as possible. Like on my side, there's a big part of goodwill. Like I said, my grandfather was part of the surf lifesaving community himself. I myself grew up on the beach here in Sydney, jumping in the water every single day. For me, it's a much more of a goodwill piece, more so than the commercials piece. Obviously, there's the commercial side where you need to make sure that everyone the whole business operates, but like there's a part of me that wants to work with the community, get this stuff rolled out so that we can come back to your point earlier, drive this cultural positivity, alongside our beaches. And
get that confidence back there for the community.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Hey, well said. Thank you. Great to talk to you. We'll keep in touch with you on this one, Paris. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, mate.
Chief Executive Officer of Sphere, an Australian drone and data technology company, Paris Cockinos, joining us there to have a chat about the possibility of that, the rollout of these Hub X and Hub T autonomous drone in a box systems, and the monitoring that they can provide then along New South Wales, the northern beaches of Sydney and up the mid-north coast to keep an eye on our sharks. Could it be another tool that we could use, another arsenal we could have there that would assist us so we know a little bit better about what is happening in and around our waters?